What's up, everyone? Let's go Lancer to The Sense of Justice. Great soundtrack. What I like the most about the first 3 Grow Lancer games, 4 kind of had a different sound to it. Some themes were still kind of like these ones, but a little bit different too. I think Grow Lancer 1, 2, and 3, the first 3 games have this really 90s music that's so characteristic. I really like the soundtrack. Not because I'm a 90s kid or anything, you know. I was born in the 80s. Well, I'm an 80s and 90s kid, but I think that even if I wasn't, you know, I will still appreciate the soundtrack a lot. It's just very unique. You don't find this music in like most video games. Play whatever JRPG from the past 20 years or so, maybe less, 15 years, you know, you're not gonna hear this music. What's up, guys? What is up? Twitch was really bad yesterday, notifying people. It took forever. And now YouTube is the same. I wonder why. We're in the midst of a political war. The end of it. 2 more days and the world is going to hell. It's just a matter of deciding how. How it's going to hell. What's up, Smiley Dog and Morbid? Maybe this isn't the best title. No data. That's the title. New title. Just change the title. What is going on here? Is there something wrong with streaming services since yesterday? Well, hello everybody. I'm here patiently waiting for your damn questions, for damn sake. Hello, Terry. Hello, Alvaro. Hello. This is poison control. You have no idea? Me neither. Like, what's going on here? Maybe it's glitched? I mean, I can see you guys, but whatever. Hello. Thanks for showing up, guys. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Hello, David. Oh, yeah, maybe that's why. People are used to me going live at 12 p.m., not before that. Well, we'll get there. Hey, Finn. Ah, dude. Yeah, I'm a little bit earlier today because I'm gonna have to leave earlier. Something that happens once a month. Hey, Kay. Alvaro asks, did you play the SNES Dragon Quest on the Twitch stream? No, not a single one of them. I have been playing a few Japanese exclusives, but because they just happened to be there before I added all the entirety of the North American library. Okay, it's just a coincidence that they're there. That I played some translated JRPGs or Japanese exclusives in there, you know, it's just a coincidence. But the large majority of RPGs or Super Famicom games, you know, that never left Japan, are not in this stream. My focus is to stream and to play the every single North American release. Why are you apologizing to Terry? Look, Terry, Smiling Dog's apologizing to you. Maybe he meant me? Or do you also stream on Sunday? Sorry, I didn't have a chance to watch the stream that I've missed. Yeah, I think he got the wrong name. I don't know. It was a mistake, but it was funny, like apologizing to a random dude in the chat, like, oh, sorry that I wasn't here. What? Hey, KD. I'm talking about you. Yeah, wrong name. Terry's gonna be like, what? Yeah. Well, I can't forgive you, man, for not being here. What's wrong with you? Fuck you. I need way more than a fucking apology from you. No, he meant me. Do you think the Switch 2... I don't know why you found it so funny. Oh, fuck. Anyway. Do you think the Switch 2 will get Tales of Arise as well? Love the 9 Inch Nail. I love 9 Inch Nails as well and have the same t-shirts. Well, I have a Doom t-shirt. Nothing to do with the Doom video games, by the way. It's just a t-shirt that says Doom. Nothing to do with the games. You know me, I'm not really a fan of first-person shooters. But I respect Doom, especially the soundtrack. Oh my god. Right? I don't think the Switch 2 will get Tales of Arise. Bandai Namco, I've said this before, is like the modern Sega. You know, they've just been doing a crap ton of really fucking stupid decisions lately that make no sense. They're like, why? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you do this? Why? That's modern Namco for you. It's just a bunch of imbeciles nowadays. So no, I don't think Tales of Arise is ever coming to Nintendo consoles. No, George, I'm not getting the Dragon Quest III remake. I don't give a shit about it. Fate Extra CCC finally translated. Yes, I'm aware of that. I haven't played it. It's in the backlog. Fan community keeping Tales alive. Was it dead at some point? Or something? Forget about Tales, you know, Namco is like all about DEI now. I can guarantee you the next fucking Tales game is gonna be trash. A la Dragon Age. They're gonna ruin the series. Yeah, that's old news, Vanilla. Vanilla X. About Game Freak. Like, yeah, that's old news. We talked about that. Doom soundtrack is by Trent Reznor, by the way. You are incorrect. Trent Reznor made the Quake soundtrack, not the Doom soundtrack. Unless he worked on a specific Doom title that I don't know of, you know? But no, as far as I'm concerned, you know, Trent Reznor didn't do the Doom soundtrack, he just made the Quake soundtrack. Should have focused on Tales instead of on No 9. Well, you see? Maybe the Tales series is dead. Maybe Brando here is right. Tales is dead. It better be. Favorite Atelier game? That would be Iris 2, The Assault of Destiny. On the PlayStation 2. Definitely. You should do a top 10 JRPG rivals in video games. Nah. You know, Fate Extra CCZ final? I just beat that cat game that I streamed. Gory, Cuddly Carnage. Great fucking hack and slash. It's an indie game. It's about a cat. Anthropomorphic cat. Who is an experiment. You see, humanity is dead. Completely dead, disappeared, with the exception of one single human being. The female professor who created the cat and his owner. Okay, so she's lost. And the whole point of the game, the whole plot of the game is like trying to find this professor. Okay, and he has a talking skateboard, hoverboard, or whatever, you know, that does the hack and slashing. But this is not a creature, this is an AI, a hardware, a computer. So they go around, you know, different worlds fighting the toys The toys have been infected with some kind of virus inspired by COVID-19. But they're like, they just happen to deploy a bunch of unicorns, pretty cutesy little pinky unicorns. And you know, what they inject them is a substance, a liquid substance, you know, that's like colorful, rainbow-ish. So they inject this to them and they go berserk and they want to kill everything, you know, and everyone. And they hate humans and they hate gory. And they're all about, you know, putting up billboards and graffiti saying, "Don't resist the change. We're here to save you. Fuck humans." The game has a lot of swearing, by the way. A lot of swearing, a lot of F-bombs. Sounds like a fever dream. It is. But it gets better, you know, it's pretty much a dystopia, an apocalypse, right? Everything is in ruins. Controlled by these cutesy, rainbow-ish toys, right? Colorful creatures trying to kill you. And we've gotten to a point, gory, you know, they've gotten to a point where there's no more room for dialogue. You can't reason with these toys, you know, and they're fighting for freedom because they claim humanity, who they killed, you know, took their freedom away. So they're looking for compensation. And so the goal of the game is to kill them, to go into these colorful worlds, you know, and kill them and stop them and save the professor. I don't know, man. I just beat that game this morning. The final boss was a bitch. And I just want to say that it's everybody's gotta have their own interpretation of the plot and the lore and the setting. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's my interpretation. I'm just saying it may be inspired by modern events and what's going on nowadays, but that's just my interpretation. I don't know, and I'm serious, and I'm not being that sarcastic because the same studio I got a review code from these guys. Even though they know my channel is for RPGs, they still sent this game to me. I didn't ask, you know, I was like, why did you send this game to me? I didn't ask, I should have asked. But I was like, why did you send this game to me? You know, I cover JRPG, this is a JRPG channel, you know, I rarely cover, like, non-RPGs. But they still sent it to me. Thank you, studio, for sending the game to me, I appreciate it, great fucking game. But I don't know, it's just too many coincidences, you know. But they also sent this game to a transsexual YouTuber, famous one. So when I found out about that, I was like, so maybe I got the game wrong. I don't know. Do I recommend this game? Yes, I do, but wait for the price to drop considerably. I'm not sure if you guys should support this company. I have mixed feelings about what they did. Why will they send a review code? I mean, it makes no sense, right? When your whole game is like too obvious. Or maybe I just want to convince myself that the game's about that. That the game is pretty much a fuck you letter to wokeness. You know, but maybe I got it wrong. Maybe it's the other way around. Yeah, I just finished the game and streamed it and recommended it in... Have you played Cross Tales by Kemco? Why are you asking that? Because you just did a song by... Didn't we hear a song from that game? Anyway, I added a song from that game here today. I have played it and it's good, it's decent. Surprisingly decent for a Kemco RP. It's not the developer, by the way. I think the developer is Reedion, a company called Reedion. Reedion, who made the Mercenary Saga games. Also published by Kemco's just the publisher. But yeah, it's a good game. Don't expect too much out of it. It's just okay, you know. But it's a little bit above average. Okay, I do recommend it. I'll be getting East 10 Nordics at some point. A fan is sending the game to me. When? I don't know. Hopefully soon. But I'll play it. How would you react if Radiant Historia was remade into the Xenoblade franchise? How do you take an old... what? What? It's like saying, how would you react if Chrono Cross was remade into the hyper dimension. What? I mean, what kind of question is that? Is 10 has free bikini DLC? Ooh, yeah, I'll be sure to get it, man. See, Falcom is still all about fan service. No uglification of women yet. And that's why they want to go solo. They're like, yeah, I'm done with you, Nice America. I'm publishing my games from now on. I don't know exactly what you're trying to ask, CT2 exception. Like, I don't understand. You mean like Xenoblade Chronicles 4 will be a remake of Radiant Historia? Is that what you're trying to ask? That's I don't know. Speaking about Xenoblade Chronicles, yeah, we're finally getting the remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles X. People were begging Monolith Soft and Nintendo for like 10,000 years. So it's great news, but I have mixed feelings about it. I have some concerns. I have two concerns. The first concern is the obvious one, that the game is gonna be even more censored than before. And in case you didn't know, the original Wii U version, the original Wii U version was censored, but it was just the outfits. Just some outfits, you know, showed a little bit too much skin, and they censored that. Fuck you, Nintendo, for doing that. Well, Wii U was all about censorship, but Nintendo Switch, they didn't give a shit. So I don't know, it's, and I say they didn't give a shit because there's a crap ton of really kinky visual novels, you know, completely uncensored on Switch. So why will they censor Xenoblade Chronicles X Remaster? I don't know, but anyway, I don't know yet if this remaster is going to be censored. I don't know. But yeah, I'm afraid that my primary concern is that it's gonna have like altered dialogue and censored dialogue for the modern audience, you know, that nobody gives a fuck and represents shit, you know, the same modern audience that mysteriously made Concord and Dragon Age fail. I don't know what kind of modern audience they're talking about, you know. Anyway, so apart from the usual concerns I have with every fucking single modern game, my concern is this, and I'm pretty sure some of you will like have the same concern. Why will they release this remaster near the end of the Switch's lifespan? I mean, I'm just jumping to conclusions. Maybe Nintendo won't release the Switch 2 or the next console next year. Maybe they'll wait until 2026. I don't know. But it seems that everything is pointing towards the fact that Nintendo will release a new console next year. So why will you release this remaster that, I mean, it's been like 7 years since we started begging Nintendo and Monolith Soft, you know, for a remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles X, so we could have all of them, every single one of them, on the Switch. And now that we gave up hope, I think it was around last year or 2 years ago when Tetsuya Nomura, holy shit, I'm so sorry, Tetsuya Takahashi. I apologize, I'm so sorry for saying that. Sorry for the insult. Tetsuya Takahashi said that porting Xenoblade Chronicles X to the Switch will be like really difficult, and they just didn't have enough budget. Well, maybe he lied to us, or maybe after that, you know, he ended up getting enough budget. Maybe Nintendo told him, hey, we didn't say anything about budget or low budget, you know, here's money, here's $10 million, remaster the fucking game. And then Tetsuya was like, okay, but it's gonna take me like 2 years, and by the time I'm done with the remaster, the new Nintendo console will be out. Wouldn't it be better to release the game on the new console? Nintendo said no. And okay, it's not that weird because I'm guessing Nintendo knows that their next console is going to be expensive, not as expensive as PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, you know. But they know that maybe the next Nintendo console will be a little bit more expensive than usual, and not a lot of people are not going to buy it yet. They're going to wait a few years. So what are these people going to do? Stick to the Switch, and therefore stick to the Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition on Switch. That's the version they're going to buy. And also, this could also be interpreted as some kind of message that the Nintendo's new console is going to be until the end of the next year of 2025, or maybe 2026. Who knows what's going to happen? I just find it weird that we begged Monolith Soft for many, many years for this remaster, and now that we lost all hope and nobody cares, the game's finally getting remastered. Okay, well, good, great, you know, maybe I'll get it, maybe I'll play it. Not on launch, definitely not on launch. It'll take me a long time to get that game. And when I play it, maybe I can finally do my video on Xeno Series Worst to Best or something like that, right? But anyway, it's great news. I just have that concern. It's a little weird. The timing seems off, you know, and it's gonna be released on March of 2025. So who knows what's gonna happen? But yeah, it's good news that after so many years of begging the companies, it's finally happening. Now remaster Xenogears and Xenosaga. Oh, look at Kevin here. He comes from the future. He said it's not weird because Switch 2 is full backwards compatible. Oh, what else is in the future, man? Is wokeness dead? Was Trump assassinated? Did Harris win? And did they kill her? Is Russia controlling the world? Is World War 3? Do you come from World War 3? I am early, Praetor. A little bit earlier than usual. Anyway, yeah, hopefully the Nintendo Switch 2, or whatever its name, will be retro compatible. Hopefully. If that's the case, maybe it's gonna be like people can buy the definitive edition, and then if they want to play on the Nintendo's new console, they can do some kind of an upgrade, you know? I don't know. Hopefully that'll be the case. You think the Switch 2 will be around $400? Yeah, that's a good estimate. I agree. Yeah, it's probably gonna be around that. I don't think it's gonna be more than $5. Because PS5 was $500 and then $6. Yeah, I think so too, man. I think it's gonna be like, yeah, 400 if it gets released next year. The original anime had really good animation in the fights. What are you talking about? What are you guys talking about? Switch 2 will be what? Oh, Kevin from the future says Switch 2 is $500. Yeah. No, Abdo. Couldn't give two shits about Konami. Vagrant Story? I don't give a shit about... oh my god. I'm not doing it. Did you start Yakuza 0? No, because I promised someone that I will stream like the first couple of hours live on Twitch. But I'm gonna do that once I'm done with the Super Nintendo stream. I've been playing every single North American release on Super Nintendo on my Twitch channel. Link to my Twitch channel in the description, guys. And once I'm done with that, then I'll finally play Yakuza 0. And I was also playing Gory Cuddly Carnage, and I beat it this morning, and I just reviewed it like 15 minutes ago to no one's attention. So it's still in the backlog for now, but I'll get to it pretty soon. Once I'm done with the Super Nintendo stream on Twitch, I'll definitely get into Yakuza 0. Nintendo will be absolute buffoons if they don't make their next-gen console backwards compatible. They released such a huge library on the Switch. I couldn't agree more. It needs to. It needs to. It's indispensable. If they don't... We're living in an era... I don't want to sound pessimistic, but we're living in an era where companies don't give a shit about gamers anymore and fuck what we want. They just care about... I don't know what they care about. About not being... I don't know what they give a fuck about. I don't understand. Hey, Luigi. Before Xenoblade Chronicles X DE, what's your favorite side quest from any franchise? I haven't even played Xenoblade Chronicles X, man. I just played it for like half an hour at a friend's house, the original, long time ago, and no. Yeah, video game companies are more interested in pleasing the 0.00001% of the population, which sadly are the people in power with a crap ton of power and money. So can you blame them? Nano Gears. You get into a capsule and become the character you play in a lifelike virtual world. Well, that's awesome. If that ever happens, I'm definitely gonna be String Schwarzer, you know, and I'll get all the ladies. I mean, who will you guys play? Let's take that comment into consideration. Kevin says he's from the future, and he says console games are now being played in what we call Nano Gears, not Xenogears, no, Nano Gears. You get into a capsule and become the character you play in a lifelike virtual world. So you can either become yourself or someone else, you know. But I will be. But if you could be like one character, let's pretend you can't be yourself. You have to be one character. I will be Rin Schwarzer. What about you guys? Who would you be? If you're a woman, you can answer. You know, I will be. I don't know. Are there any harem games? Like, yes, they are. There are a lot. You know. Maybe some of you will be. You women out there will be Lenneth Valkyrie, so you can recruit all of those sexy male Einherjar. I don't know. Anyway, I will be Rin Schwarzer, man. I'll be Rin fucking Schwarzer. All I gotta do is swing my sword around, you know, and transform into a badass monster, and I have all the ladies, you know, spitting hearts at me. Yes, you will be like the guy from Sword Art Online? Mathidicus is also from the future. He says Square Enix and Atlus went out of business and Falcom now has the budget they deserve. But they don't work... Do they still work with NIS America? Please tell me no. Please tell me they fucking gave up. Not with NIS Europe. Fucking NIS Europe, man. It's not just NIS America. It's NIS Europe. Some dude whose name I can't pronounce. Oh my god. Like I don't know, October 24. Like one fucking day before East 10 came out. Hey Eric, I hope this email finds you well. We are thrilled to invite you to participate in a special campaign celebrating the milestone 10th entry of the beloved Ys series. Your unique perspective and connection with the gaming community make you the perfect fit for this celebration. About Ys 10, and it explains the plot. Campaign overview. We're looking to engage fans and spark nostalgia through influencer collaborations. We invite you to create content that encourages your followers to recall their favorite memories from the Ys series. These could include personal stories, favorite characters, or memorable moments that highlight the series' impact. So what you need to do is unbox the Ys 10 limited edition at the beginning of your video and mention that we'll have an exclusive Ys 10 Nordics desk mats giveaway at the end of the video. I have no clue what a mat is. Please let me know. Share your commentary on Ys 10 and memories about the entire Ys series. To join, fans can share their memories about the whole Ys series in the comments section. 2 weeks after the video is released, pick the winner randomly and reveal it in your social media and video comment area. So blah blah blah. If you're interested in joining us for this exciting campaign, please let us know. We would love to have you on board as we celebrate this significant milestone in the Ys series. We would love to send you, a limited edition of the game for you to unbox and experience, and 3 exclusive Ys 10 Nordics desk mats. What's a mat? What's a mat? A big ass mousepad. Oh, thanks. And 3 desk mats for you to give away to your audience on your YouTube channel. So I said, I replied, hey, dude whose name I can't pronounce. I didn't say that. Thanks for reaching out. Are you aware that I currently reside in Mexico? I don't know if your company, N'S Europe, will be able to send the limited edition of the game all the way here. And if you use the regular postal service, it might be several weeks or months before I get it. Let me know what are options. So it took for this motherfucker exactly 1 week long after the game was already released. It was out, everybody and their mom reviewed it and unboxed the limited edition and whatever. 1 week later he says, "Oh, hi, obtainer." He didn't even say Erick. He got my name wrong. He was like, hi, hello, obtainer. Who the fuck is obtainer? I don't know. Sorry for the late reply. We are not able to deliver the limited edition to Mexico now. I am sorry that we cannot make it this time. Looking forward to collaborating with you in the future, though. Best regards. Hey, at least N'S Europe doesn't hate me. For now. So that's my story with N'S Europe. I don't know what to think of it, to be honest. It's not that weird. I mean, they know. I mean, they probably didn't look. They're like, oh, Erick Landon RPG. Oh, he's famous. Right. They don't even know I'm shadow banned. They don't even know N'S America rejected me and blacklisted me. No, they know not. They're like, I don't give a shit. It's Erick Landon. All I saw is that this guy has 101,000 subscribers. Yeah, let's do that. I don't even know where he's from. I don't even see his videos. I haven't even noticed he has an accent. He probably is from Mars. I don't give a shit. Hey, I'm from Mexico. Yeah. Looking forward to collaborating with you in the future. Don't even know your name exactly. Like, who? What? What's wrong with companies nowadays, man? Thank you, Mystery Kid, for the super chat. How many weeks does deluxe edition ship to you from whatever country to Mexico? Not just deluxe editions, anything. If anybody uses the regular postal service, even if they are from the US, which is next to us, like a month or two, and 9 out of 10 times they don't arrive. They fucking steal them at custom borders, Or the shipping service itself steals your package. Fans sent to me packages in the past years ago. Most of them stolen. They never arrived. And when I called, the package had mysteriously disappeared. Fuck the postal service in Mexico. I've been bitching about this for like 10 years. It's the worst fucking thing of my country. Forget about the whatever. It's the worst fucking thing in this country. The postal service. Fucking trash. Have you tried N'S North Korea? I will right now, man. I just think it's weird how the Europe branch would not do the research. Exactly. Why not research instead of wasting it? This isn't the first time, it's happened before with other companies. Like, hey, we're ready to send you a special edition, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm in Mexico. My man, Erick. Will you take, a digital code instead? Sure, for free. Yeah, cool. Right? We're friends, right? Look, in all honesty, I don't blame them. Because what I told this guy is true. It's gonna cost you a lot of money to send me anything, and it's probably not going to arrive if you use the postal service. But N'S America, before they fired the cool-minded people that I used to work with, before they blacklisted me, they understood that. I told them that, and they were like, I don't give a shit. You've done so much for us, and we've done so much for you too. We have this cool relationship. It's time to send you a special edition of Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4 on PS5, and a Legend of Legacy Remastered Edition on Special Edition on PS5. We're sending you both. We're using fucking UPS, man. We're paying for it. Don't worry about it. Here you go. And there they are. And I unboxed them in their video. And I talked about them. And I do recommend Trails. Legend of Legacy, unfortunately, is not a great game, but it's beautiful. So there you go. That happened when NIS America and I were good friends. We're not anymore. Because the people who sent me, maybe they got fired because they sent these games to me. They're like, how? You paid this much money to send these special editions to this guy in Mexico who shits on politics, who hates wokeness and cancel culture and censorship? You're fucking fired, man. Get the fuck out of here. There is something wrong in your country then. Yes, there's something very wrong in my country. Hello? Did the chat die? I can't see you guys. Let me refresh the chat. There you are. Anyway, so that's my story. Yeah, any more goddamn questions? Any more goddamn questions? See me. After receiving those special editions from NIS America, they stopped sending you review codes? Yep. No, the guys quit. They left the company. I don't know if they quit or they got fired. And I doubt it was because of me. I'm just kidding, man. Just being sarcastic. I don't know, the people I used to work with, you know, for many years, you know, they all of a sudden they left the company. I don't know why. And all of a sudden the new guy I was talking to, you know, he was all like nice and shit, you know. But as soon as the Trails Through Daybreak announcement happened, you know, I reached out for a review code and I never heard back. Sent a different email, never heard back. Applied in a fucking website for the review code, I never got it. And then I heard the game was politicized, you know. So I don't know. You connect the dots for me. Exactly, Newcomb. Like, let's just stop pretending it's not about that. I am blacklisted. Okay? It's not about, oh, I don't like his reviews, or he doesn't get a lot of views, you know. It's because I fucking hate, with swearing and with an attitude, censorship and political agendas. And I say it live in public, you know, and they know that. That's why they don't want to, no companies don't want to work with me. Come on, it's about that and we all fucking know it. No, Kevin. I'm sure they quit when they realized how woke the game companies are becoming. I don't know. Maybe they were fired, or I have no idea, man. Because these two guys have their social media in there, and I looked in their social media and they didn't say anything. They was just like, oh, you know, I'm leaving the company. Oh, I have left the company. Great memories. And the people were asking me, were you fired or what happened? And they didn't reply. So maybe they signed some kind of NDA agreement. Like, don't tell nobody in public that we fired you or that you quit, or I have no idea how this works, man. They also sent you a NIS book, right? No, that wasn't NIS America. That was the publisher of the book. Yeah, it's right there. But that's like totally different company, man. Nothing to do with NIS America. Do you recommend Sea of Stars? I haven't played it, just the demo. Play the demo, it's free. And it's pretty short, it's like 40 minutes long? 45 minutes long, the demo? Up to an hour if you take it easy, you know? Just play the demo, man, and if it convinces you, then buy it. If it doesn't, then fuck it. What JRPG universes would you want to see merged together? Like crossovers? Like I've said before, that my dream crossover is Fire Emblem and Suikoden. But like a true, written by someone with a brain. And not the bitch who's been writing Fire Emblem for the past decades, you know? With the exception of Three Houses. Yes, you are very late, Kevin Lewis. I already talked about that. Dragon Age crossover with Dustborn. That'll be like the epitome of chaos. And make it $500 million, not just $500 million this time. Invest in that crossover. You know, make it happen for the 0.0000001% of gamers in the world who will buy your game. Invest all the money. Go bankrupt if you have to. Just make that crossover happen. 5,000 developers. Do you think there will be a new Mario launch title for the Switch too? Probably, yeah. Something about Mario. But wait, the Switch one, the first Switch, it didn't release a new Mario, did it? No, it didn't. I remember the Breath of the Wild was like the big launch title. What else? I mean, there was no Mario. Same with the GameCube. There was Luigi's Mansion. Wasn't that a launch title on the GameCube? Switch 1 launched with Mario Odyssey in 2017. Are you sure about that? I don't remember. Zubzadrid. Switch 2 will launch with Princess Peach. Okay. There was a Super Princess Peach game on the Nintendo DS, which was surprisingly good, you know. I never beat it, but I liked that game. It was surprising because, you know, we all thought a Mario game, instead of Mario you play as Peach, you know, will be like bad, but no, it was great. No Mario game has been launched on day one for any system from Nintendo since N64. Mario Odyssey released some months after the Switch 1 launch. Yeah, I don't remember. The new Switch might be linked with Mario Wonder, but Mario Wonder released last year, I believe. Was it last year? That was last year, right? I played a little bit of Mario Wonder and it was fine, you know, it was just like a new Super Mario Bros. Clone with elephants. I don't know. Couldn't tell ya. Well, I don't know. Nintendo needs to get its shit together to release a new 3D Mario. It's been 8 years since Odyssey. But people want 2D Mario, man. What are you talking about? 3D Mario? No one wants that. We all want 2D Mario forever. I like 2D Mario. What's my game of the year? Game! Didn't I answer this already about like 2-3 Q&As ago? Infinite Wealth. I think that was my answer. Infinite Wealth, Frontier Hunter, Gory, Cuddly Carnage. Infinite Wealth. Mario HD 2D Remake. Imagine that. Mario Kart from Wii U still live? It is, isn't it? They're still releasing like tracks and shit for the Switch Deluxe Edition. Oh, Kevin, play the game in Japanese, man. The English dub in Infinite Wealth is fucking trash, man. Play it in Japanese. Do yourself a favor and play it in Japanese. Yeah, Stellar Blade, but I just played the demo. I haven't played it. Black Myth Wukong. Those two are like big contenders for the game of the year, but I haven't played them. Too expensive. Yakuza is upping their prices in Steam because of the surge in player base. Interesting. Well, thank goodness I bought Zero for $5 on PS5. McDonald's just got Mario Kart toys too. Hey, Sub-Zero, Cybot. I just mentioned Yakuza 0, that I bought it for $5 and you show up. What a coincidence. Maybe you already knew. But yeah, thanks again for the super chat from like a month ago. So I finally bought it. It was on sale, yeah. And I got it. I haven't played it because I promised I will stream it on Twitch. And I'm going to do that once my Super Nintendo streams are over. You will find a link to my Twitch channel in the description of this live stream right now. Oh, we just mentioned... We were just talking about Infinite Wealth and... Wow, look at this! My super intelligent AI realized we were talking about it and now it's playing some music from it. McDonald's. Omar, you should stop supporting Atlus. Thanks again, Sub-Zero. Twitch, remember that. I calculate that I'm on the R letter on my Super Nintendo stream, but the S letter is gonna take up like 2 fucking streams probably. So I think I'm about 5 streams away. I think I'll probably be done with Super Nintendo in 1 or max 2 weeks, and then I'll do Yakuza. Just the first couple of hours, not a full playthrough. Right now, doing full playthroughs on my Twitch channel seems like a very bad idea. You know, I barely have any viewers and subscribers, so it's not like... I'm just gonna leave my... I know some of you are like lazy. Don't even want to look in the description. I'll make life easier for you guys. Here's my Twitch channel. Check it out. Click on it! Have you played Dark Rose Valkyrie? I have. I own a physical copy of it. A long time ago I played it for the first time, just the first couple of hours, and I liked it. And I recommended the game blindly. But then about a year and a half, no, it was like 2 years ago, I think. More or less, I came back to it. And the next 2 hours or so kind of ruined the experience for me. You know what the problem with that game is? It's not the story or the visual novel shenanigans or the compiled hard nonsensical, no. It's the fact that you get sent to these fucking dungeons. Not dungeons, like these huge areas. With terrible graphics, by the way. The enemies look fine, your characters look fine, you know, but the backgrounds, the layout, the buildings there, they look like a PS2 game or worse. And you have no idea what to do or where to go. Sometimes they even send you on the next mission with like, what's the objective? What am I supposed to do? And you're thinking, you bring logic up, right? You're like, oh, maybe I need to find the boss. Or I need to find a specific item or something and then come back to base. I have no clue. But so they let you go and you're like, what? So what now? And then you're there roaming around. Thankfully, there's no random encounters. You can see the enemies. But still, it's like, there's so many fucking enemies. In some areas, there's like 1 or 2 enemies, easy to avoid. I mean, maybe you kill them, but they respawn. And then you go back. I mean, you go to the next segment of the same area, and there's like 10 fucking monsters in there. Almost, I mean, it's just impossible to avoid them, right? You get into battle so often, every fucking 10 minutes, 10 seconds. So, once you're done with all those monsters, you reach a dead end, and you're like, oh no, this wasn't the place I was supposed to go. You gotta backtrack all the way to that area, and all of those fucking monsters respawned! Fuck Dark Rose Valkyrie, man. It's not a good game. It's not a bad game, though. If you can put up with that shit, look, up to you, right? But I don't recommend Dark Rose Valkyrie. It ruined the game. Thank you, Hooflong. I don't know, Metal Horror? Metal Horror? I don't know about that, but whatever. Good that it's no DEI. Do you like Shiden the Wanderer? Yes, I do. I have mixed feelings about the games because they're so unfair. But yes, I do. If you're gonna play a roguelike, play Shiden the Wanderer. A roguelike RPG. Roguelike RPGs are like very different from your average roguelikes. They're different roguelikes. So Shiden the Wanderer is good. Any games like Dark Cloud 2 on PS2, I know it's a very old game, but I love it. Games like Dark Cloud 2, in the sense that you recruit a lot of characters, or in what sense? You picked a really odd choice, you know, because Dark Cloud 2 is a game with multiple gameplay mechanics. It would have been easier to say any games like Final Fantasy Tactics, and I can easily tell you like 10 of them. But Dark Cloud 2 is like a really unique game that I can recommend you. Like Ni no Kuni 2 is like very similar. I think Ni no Kuni 2 took some influence from, I think, okay, like the developers have never said it. Level 5 did not confirm what I'm saying. It's just a theory, a hypothesis I have. Like Ni no Kuni 2 may have been influenced by Dark Cloud 2. Or you just play the Suikoden series, but they're all turn-based. They play nothing like Dark Cloud 2, but they have like this, you know what I mean. You recruit a lot of characters and you have like, yeah. Oh, you know what? Soul Blazer. Soul Blazer is basically the inspiration of Dark Cloud 1 and 2. It's all about restoring towns and people, you know? Towns and people in their towns, right? So yeah, Soul Blazer on the Super Nintendo, man. Is it true that the original Romancing Saga 2 is a well-regarded JRPG in Japan? I don't know. Erick is not a fan of the Etrian games. No, I'm not. I'm a fan of the music, though. Great fucking music in those games. But no, not a fan. Unicorn Overlord. No? Yeah, but not really. You're welcome, Omar. Act Racer. I couldn't get into Act Racer, you know, and I played the two games on the Super Nintendo on my Twitch channel on part 1. Couldn't get into them. Great JRPG with very bad music, OST. Final Fantasy X too. No, that's not great. Wow, let me think. Because there's a crap ton of great JRPGs with like... The soundtrack is like forgettable, but it isn't like bad or very bad. That's a tough question, man. I don't know. Not like seriously. Seriously, I can't think of one. Okay. Here's one. I don't think it's a great JRPG though, but it's good. That will be the Caligula Effect 2. Because the first one is a bad game with bad music. But the second one is a good game with bad music. How's that? That's the best answer I can give you. Valkyria Chronicles 4 is like $5 on Steam right now. It's worth getting, you know. Poor Valkyria. Poor fucking Sega, man. Putting a fucking non-binary character in that game. Fuck you, Sega. Well, I don't have Microsoft Word. I use WordPad. What do you mean, what the fuck, Luigi? What the fuck, what? Microsoft? Fucking assholes. Fuck Microsoft. Hey, Vicente. What is this, man? Rapid Reload, oh yeah. Incredible song, right? Work Microsoft, Woke, Excel, PowerPoint, whatever, you know, I don't even use them, so... But maybe when I start writing my new book, I might have to, but I'm using the old version, so I still have Windows 10. Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3 are worth playing, yeah. 3 is a masterpiece, man. You have to play it. 2 is fine. It's still a great game, though. It's still worth playing. Good luck putting up with the nonsensical cast of characters. It's bad, but if you can put up with that, you know, the gameplay's still fine. You know, it's great. It's a great game. LibreOffice, open source. Yeah, once I get a new computer, I'll probably get rid of Windows and use Linux. I know it's like way more complicated, but I'm fucking tired of Windows. What about Valkyria Revolution? What about it? Is it worth playing? Yeah, Mystery Kid. Don't you watch my videos? Haven't I defended that game like 10 million times? I'm a huge fan. And I'm not kidding, you know, I love the fucking game. Do you think Sony will launch their own next handheld successor to PS Vita? Probably next year, or I don't know. Possibly. Get an old-fashioned typing machine. Am I late to this live stream? Yeah, you are 57 minutes late, Jerry. How dare you? This is not the first time this has happened. You're always late. This is the third time. Third time's a charm. You're fired. Great fucking song we're listening to right now. I love it. Rapid Reload. Excellent game. I should do like, you know how I've been uploading all of the obscure games, streams, obscure console games, streams that I did on Twitch, on here on this YouTube channel. You know, maybe I should do like the best game of every stream. You know, maybe I should do that. I should do a video about that. The best game of every obscure console games streams. Well, for PS1, this is it. Rapid Reload. The best fucking game. I know it's not user friendly, but man, it's just I'm so fucking sick of Microsoft and Windows, man. All fucking updates, destroying your hard drive, hard resets every now and then. You know, my fucking hard drive is wasted. Which is the primary reason why I need a new computer. My hard drive. Forget about the camera. It's the hard drive. Maybe you will switch to Mac? Nah. Harmony OS? Well, what makes you say that if Sony released a PlayStation Portable now, it will suck? Just replace the hard drive. That will be the best course of action, you know, but I also want to get like a better webcam than this one. I also want to be able to stream at 60 frames per second. I can't do that in this fucking computer. I want a new computer, man. I think it's the best. It's just best. I've had this for like 5+ years, and I bought it used. Never buying a used computer ever again. I learned my lesson. Only new shit. But yeah, years ago that would have been the perfect solution. Just replace the hard drive, you know. But right now I think, yeah, it's like the best course of action is to get a new computer. Will you sell your old PC? This laptop? No. How about a better version of every game that the angry video game nerd reviewed? Like I remaster all those fucking games and make them good? Some people have released hacks of several bad games, fixing them, like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Simon's Quest, you know, they made them more playable and fun, you know. Hong Kong 97 remastered. I think I have a fucking song. Do I though? I don't think so. I think I downloaded the song a long time ago, you know, but no, I did. I don't have it. I don't. Anyway, I don't. Will you build your own PC or will you get another laptop? I'm a laptop guy. I know for my job, PC is much better, you know, but I'm always moving around, you know, and I'm a laptop guy. I've already gotten used to that. Or maybe I'll get a PC. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, maybe I'll get a PC here, you know, and stream everything here instead of in my couch. Except when I'm streaming like directly from like a console or a PS5 or something, you know. Then I'll have to go back there. I don't know. Steam Deck? Nah. Thank you for the 2 cents, Sadrit. I'll consider that. Desktops are much more powerful than laptops for less money. I know that. But they aren't portable. My laptop specs right now, I have no idea. I can give you some. 1 terabyte regular hard drive, not solid state. You know, just regular hard drive, 1 terabyte. Intel Core i3. It's an HP. It's a little bit larger than usual, so it has a bigger screen. I have like 8 gigabytes of memory RAM. That's all the specs I can give you. I don't know the others, you know. I'm not really a genius at these things. I don't know what other specs are relevant. Like my graphics, visual graphics, whatever, I don't know. Oh, I know everybody's and their mom is gonna recommend me a PC over a laptop any day. I know that, but we'll see. Oh, I'm getting a new laptop with SSD, don't worry. I am. Definitely. My problem is that they don't have a lot of space yet. And the more space an SSD has, the way more expensive it is. So what I'm gonna have to do is just buy an external hard drive, which I already have, you know. I have one here. Steam Deck is great, and you can use it as a PC. Well, that's a portable shit, man. No. SSDs are very cheap. Ha ha ha! Right. How do you cope with rendering with your laptop? Ooh, don't ask. Because a lot of videos don't take that long, you know. But yeah, some videos take like up to an hour, half an hour to render. It's just, yeah. Or what do you mean with rendering? You will go with a new Mac? No. Mini, I don't like minis. It hurts my eyes. I need a computer with a big screen. What a laptop costs in Mexico? Like in everywhere else, man, they range from like $300 all the way to $5,000. I don't know. Same as in everywhere else, I guess. Yeah. We'll see, I'll see. I have a screen, I have a monitor. So all I need to do is just build a PC, you know. That's what I'll probably end up doing. We'll see what happens. Okay, so the last attempt by Sony at a portable console was the PlayStation Portal, which is basically a PS5 controller with a screen. And that sucks. Do you think the Alienware brand is shit? I don't know much about it, I've never used them. Those laptops, you know. I know they're expensive though. That's expensive, Luigi. I paid like less than half of that for my regular external hard drive. You bought a $1,600 US PC and I still play Castlevania 3 on NES. But the best fucking computer in the world just to play Castlevania 3 on NES. That's great. I'll probably do the same. I'm pretty sure the emulation is better, you know, than on a regular computer, at least. It looks fucking great. NAS? I don't know what that is though. Laptops in England are more expensive than in the US? I didn't know that. Probably because you live now in a communist country. Yeah, Mexico is the same. I feel you, bro. Is it possible to emulate PS4 games? I don't know. Good question. Good question, I'd like to know. Probably with a really good computer, maybe? I don't know, maybe somebody in the chat will answer the question, you know. I don't know. I know PS3 is possible, Xbox 360, you know, but like Xbox One, PS4, Switch? Switch is possible, I think, but PS4, I don't know. Oh, the cloud. Is that like a cloud server? The network attached storage? Yeah, right? It's like a cloud service, right? With the OneDrive shit. I'm an old man! I'm an old man for this shit. I'm too old for this shit, man. I don't even know half of the function this fucking thing has. Like, I don't understand. So fuck the PlayStation Portal? Can we go back to that? Like, has anybody tried the PlayStation Portal? Which is just basically a PS5? I haven't. Cloud is just public storage for all your digital content. Ooh, I probably shouldn't use it. Everybody can see all my porn. Portal is poor. Why? Who Flung loves the Portal. Explain to me why. I'm not getting it though, I just want to know. You get lag when using it in the same house? Really? You cannot even use the PS Portal away from the PS5 like you can with the Switch. Really? Portal streams your system, I know that. It's overpriced for an accessory. I don't think it's just an accessory. To me, it's like the Sega Nomad. A little bit like that, you know. It's a concept, it is brilliant, but it's just like streaming the game to your handheld. So with shitty internet, you have a shitty console. Yeah, I get it. Japanese RPG market more geared towards consoles rather than PC? I don't know. Good question. I think in Japan it might be like 50-50, you know, probably. I mean, we know for a fact there is way more console appreciation in Japan than in, say, North America. But I don't know. Good question. The Switch and the Steam Deck prove that. With just a USB cable, you can plug it straight into your TV. You cannot plug your TV with a USB cable. The Nomad works anywhere. You don't have a signal, you can't use Portal. It's like Sony tried to be like Nintendo but failed because you cannot take the PS Portal anywhere. Yes, Alastor, Dark Rose Valkyrie is a PS4 RPG, also on Steam I think. PS4 and Steam only. USB-C to HDMI. Oh, you're right. Okay, you guys have convinced me. The PS Portal is shit. You're happy with your good old Game Boy Color. I'm happy with my not so good old 3DS. The XL that I have. I'm happy with that. I don't need no Steam Deck or PS Portal or whatever, what have you. Have you watched Dragon Ball Daima? No, I have no interest in watching that. 700 batteries per hour. I never had a Nomad, you know. I never did. And in fact, I never knew anybody who had it. And I don't think I ever got one for sale on my store when I had the retro store. Do I have pictures of my store? In this computer, I think I have them on like the previous old computer. No. There's this one where you can't see shit. I know for a fact I have I don't know what happened. This is just a small kiosk, you know. That's my dumb face with no goatee. This is from like 10 years ago or so. I think this t-shirt is from Fate Stay Night, this yellow t-shirt I'm wearing anyway, so you can see some things. We got like some Wii controllers here. Some Game Boy Colors here. There's some Nintendo DS games here. Some Nintendo DS games here, you know. Good old times. This place still there, you know. Anyway. That's my store, everybody. That's my old retro store. It's half of it. You can't see the other half. Anyway, I'm trying to like to find another one like from like outside, you know. No. I think it's in another computer. An old oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. It's really small. I'm gonna have to make it big, so it's gonna pixelate. But there you go. That's my old retro store. With a schedule written in a paper, right there next to the. That was Retro Roxy. That's my old laptop, the red one, the red thing you see there. That's my really old mini laptop. You know, I still have that one. It barely works though. Some controllers are there, some games below. Yeah, check out the stores behind it. The stores behind it don't even exist anymore. Something else is there nowadays. Yeah, look at this. Oh man, that's my kiosk. That was the retro store I opened in 2012. Yeah. Oh man, nostalgia. That's fucking great. The memories. The memories. Yeah, that was 12 years ago. That was my retro store and I miss it a lot. I would love to like open up a retro store again, but I know for a fact like getting the games, buying them, you know, and getting suppliers and shit, and that's a pain in the ass nowadays. One of the reasons why I closed the store was because there was a huge lack of supply, you know, back in the day. There were still a lot of demand, but there wasn't a lot of supply. And nowadays, with the prices of everything nowadays, I doubt, you know, I will, and in a country like this, ruled by the left now, I don't know what if the business will succeed. Probably not. So, anyway, it's an investment. I just don't have the money. But I would love to open up a store again. I miss that. Do you have a video telling the story? I probably have, yeah. I can do that one right now, and upload it as a clip on my second channel later, so it's there. Because the last time I told my story with the retro store, it may have been in my private podcast on Patreon, but publicly, I don't remember when I last talked about my store. So I ran that store from 2012 all the way till 2016, I mean, for like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 I moved to a bigger place. So it's 4 years. I had that kiosk for like 4 years. And then I rented a bigger space because I had a lot of games. You know, that small space wasn't enough anymore, so I needed to move on to a bigger place. But that was around the time when I was fucking sick of my life and everything, you know, and I wanted to move to another country. I fucking hated living here in Mexico. I was miserable. So I was only there in that big... I don't think I have a picture of the bigger store. I don't think I have one in this computer, though. So I moved on to a bigger store, you know, a bigger place, you know, but I was only there for like 3 months. Until I shut everything down, you know, I started having problems with the suppliers. I wasn't making that much money anymore, so I was like, fuck this. Closed the store, sold everything separately, like online, you know, and to all old customers. And then after I sold everything, I went to live to England for like 5 months. And when I came back from England, a few months later after coming back, I reopened another kiosk in the same mall, just not that one that you saw, another one. But the problems that I faced in 2016 they didn't go away. I still had a lot of problems with the supply. You know, there wasn't a lot of demand yet anymore. And I don't know, this other kiosk was a little bit more hard to find. That one was easy. The one I showed you, the first one, that was easy to find. But the other one was like kind of like hidden, you know. So when I went, I was there for like 6 months, and then I closed the store again for the final time. So in April of 2018, I was living with my parents, and I closed the store for good. That was the last time I had a store, in 2018. But then that was also April of 2018. That's also when I started making a little bit of money here on YouTube. You know, so I was like, you know, I'm making the same as a YouTuber than on my fucking failed second attempt kiosk store. So, yeah, I'm doing YouTube full time now, and here I am. That's my story. Why not set up a store for something else loosely related to your interests? Retro games might not be financially viable, but other things might. I'd love to open up a bazaar. You know what that is? Is that even a word for you people? It's a word in Mexico, bazaar. Kind of like it's similar to a thrift store. It's just people don't donate things to you. They sell them to you. But it's something similar. No? I'd love to own that one. You know? Not to have them. No, flea market. No, that's way different. No. No. Okay, forget about the word bazaar, you know. Kind of like a used things store. You go in there and you find like everything for cheap, you know. Used things for cheap. Like a free pawn shop? No, well, yeah, maybe. But like a pawn shop is, people go and then loan your things, right? I mean, you lend them money, right? No. But yeah, similar to that. Yeah, similar to that. Something between a thrift store, but without the donations, and a pawn shop, but without the loans. Okay, you know what I mean? It's just a place you can go and buy whatever, you know, but it's all used stuff. Electronics, you know, items. That's very common here in Mexico. I'd love to have that one and still sell video games and books, you know, and stuff like that, you know. I would love to do that. But yeah. Since I moved away from the city, I will have to like own a car to go there every day and open it up. Anyway, thank you, Beta Kiryu. Action RPG versus turn-based. Which do you prefer? Turn-based. 9 out of 10 times. There's been occasions where I side with action, depends on the game, but I mean, right? If you go right now to my blog, link to my blog in the description, you will find a scores section. And you'll see every single RPG that I played in my life scored. I'm almost there to 500 RPGs, almost there. And you'll see that most of the ones with the highest rankings are like turn-based or strategy. You know, there's barely any action in there. There's like Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Odin Sphere, Nier Replicant. What else? I mean, that's it. So yeah, turn-based, man. I'm a turn-based guy. Actually, I'm a strategy guy. Neither action nor turn-based. Grid-based strategy, baby. Yeah. Doesn't the bazaar offer trading too? Yeah, exactly. Maybe I should call it a trade post. Oh, yeah, bazaar to us is like a place with lots of different stores in one area. Oh, okay, so it's different, yeah. That's what basically is a flea market or a mall to us. Persa? Okay, collaborative garage sale. No, it's just a store. A store with used merchandise. The end. Let's leave it at that, okay? Stop trying to guess the name. Pancho's giveaway. Borrow, bring back tomorrow. That's cool. Pancho's giveaway. That's fucking great. Pancho's Pancho's giveaway. What the fuck is this Grand Blue Fantasy music? What about Star Ocean 2 and 3? What are you trying to ask, Eka? What? What about them? Aladdin? Yeah, that's a bazaar. Daryl understands me. But I wouldn't say like everything for 2 pesos, no. One of the dollar stores, no. If you could cross 2 RPG series and make a story of it, which games will you choose and what story? I already answered that. Fire Emblem and Suikoden. What about Trails in the Sky? This is Grand Blue Fantasy music. Fuck, you mean Trails? Anyway, you guys, we're not going to start the versus episode today, but I would like you to start giving me ideas for one. I'll leave it up to you today. I had some choices where I was like, nah, you guys pick now. It's time for you to start getting more involved in the versus episode. So, any ideas? You can still ask some questions, you know. And I'll answer those questions while people offer some versus episode ideas for today. It's up to you. You are going to choose the versus episode of today. So start. Not Xenogears. I have Xenogears saved up against something. It's really fucking good, so we'll leave that for later. I want it to be like the final episode, the final versus episode of 2024, okay? Be patient with Xenogears, but anyway. Come on, Time and Eternity. Will you make a review of East 10? Not in a video, but more like in a top 5 or top 10, and I'll throw my review in there after I'm done with it. I don't have the game yet, but I will have it probably. No, I disagree that East 10... What, dude, I left my first impressions of East 10 on my second channel. Go and watch them, you know. Sure, it's a bit of a long video, like 15 minutes long, I know that. Oof, 15 minutes, ooh, wow, super fucking long, I know that, right? People don't have time for like, that's the longest fuck video, you know, but yeah, check it out. Xenosaga versus Star Ocean. I think Xenosaga is going to crush Star Ocean because first and foremost it's 3 games. Secondly, it's just way more popular and accepted. Star Ocean has a lot of detractors. I love it just as much as you, Terry, but I don't think it will work. Chrono Cross versus Final Fantasy VIII? Do you honestly think Final Fantasy VIII stands a chance? Everybody hates it nowadays. Path of Radiance versus Final Fantasy Tactics. Or yeah, the most popular tactical RPG of all time in history versus a game that is expensive as fuck, exclusive to the GameCube that no one plays. I wonder who will win. Final Fantasy 2 versus Saga? Nah. Alondra versus Zelda? Nah. Oh, did I just make a mistake leaving it up to you guys? Lost Odyssey versus something, right? I need Lost Odyssey versus something. I've been thinking about Lost Odyssey for like months, and I just can't find the right game. Sorry, I was saying that I want Lost Odyssey for Lost Odyssey versus something. Shadow Hearts is like an obscure. It's not gonna work. Earthbound versus The World Ends With You? I don't know. Saga versus any Saga game versus Alliance Alive? That could work. That could work. Infinite on Discoveries, no one. That's like, no. I like that game, but I just no. Lost Odyssey versus Halo. Radiant Story? Oh, we already did one episode based on Radiant Historia. Grow Lancer versus Shining Force. Nobody plays Grow Lancer, man. Sadly, and they should. We just did one with Breath of Fire 4 last week. You missed it, Smiling Dog. We did Breath of Fire 4 versus Grandia 2. No, Phantonium, I wouldn't buy it. Radiata Stories versus Suikoden 3, that... I like that. But you know what's the problem? I don't think a lot of people play those games. Yeah, I don't think people play them. How many of you guys in here in the chat play Radiata Stories or Suikoden 2? 3. How many of you? We already did one with Scarlet Nexus. We already did an episode with Rogue Galaxy. I haven't played Sea of Stars, and I don't give a flying fuck about Chained Echoes. Grandia 2 won, yeah. I think it won by a hair, remember? We already did an episode on Persona 3. Yeah, Breath of Fire 4 lost to Grandia 2 last week. Yeah, we did an episode on Breath of Fire 4. Huh. I don't think you understood what I said, dog. Barely anyone's played Suikoden 3 and Radiata Stories. Vandal Hearts 2 versus Tactics Ogre? What makes you think Vandal Hearts 2 stands a chance? Sure, Mystery Kid, that was a good one. We already made an episode with Octopath Traveler. Okay, have you ever thought of doing a competition where you randomly draw 2 games out of a hat and they versus each other and continue to do it to find the best game by the fans and by you? Isn't that the versus episodes? Well, they aren't that random. I do plan them carefully, you know. I do choose the games. I don't choose them at random, but that was the initial idea. But I mean, imagine if I pull out of a hat, I don't know, Orphan Sign of Sorcery and Radiant Historia. Ooh, I'm pretty... That's a great versus. It wouldn't work. We already did an episode on Dragon Quest XI. Live Alive versus Octopath Traveler doesn't sound bad, but I don't think a lot of people played Live Alive. Thank you, Kent Maddox. He says, I'm definitely not buying Trails Through Daybreak due to its localization, but I may still buy East 10. Maybe used though. It's hard giving Nice money because of the liberties they take localizing. I couldn't agree more, and you know that. I also didn't buy Daybreak, and I'm not buying East 10 because a fan got it for me before we knew Nice America was taking such liberties, you know. Had we known, I would have said, no, don't buy it, don't give these fucking assholes money, but it's too late. But anyway, yeah, I'm with you, man. Couldn't agree more. You already know that. Xenoblade 1 versus Persona 4. We already did episodes on both. I mean, I think it's too soon to repeat games we already did. Maybe we'll start repeating games next year, not this year. It needs to be like 2 games we haven't covered in the Versus episodes. Chrono Trigger versus Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, it will be a close match, but that's like typical. I don't know. It's cliche, you know. It's like everybody does that. Front mission versus front mission. Nobody played front mission, man. Nobody. We already did an episode on Nier Automata. We already did an episode of Persona 3. We haven't done an episode on Final Fantasy 9 though. But I feel like we've done a lot of Final Fantasy games already. Let's give Final Fantasy a rest. I haven't played the Romancing Saga 2 demo. Yakuza vs. Lost Judgment. Surprisingly, I don't think I have a lot of Yakuza fans. Whenever I cover Yakuza or say something about it, people don't give a shit. The video fails. Nobody played Alondra, man. We already did one with Valkyria. We did Valkyria Chronicles versus Fire. Oh, that was Triangle Strategy. Anyway, we done episodes on both. I can't put Vagrant Story up to nothing because I'm not a fan of Vagrant Story. We already did an episode on Tactics Ogre. We're not doing episodes based on bad JRPGs, come on. At least not now, and nobody played those games, man. Last Rebellion, nobody knows that shit. Parasite Eve against what? Do you honestly think Parasite Eve? Skies of Arcadia versus Rogue Galaxy? Type that on my second channel, man. We already did that one. Exactly that one. And I think you were there. How can you forget? No worries, Eka. A lot of people don't remember a lot of the episodes. They don't watch them. Terry, I'm not a fan of Pokemon and you know that. What the fuck am I going to have to say about Pokemon? We're doing RPGs, not survival horror games. Nobody played Wild Arms Altered Code 3. Altered Code F. Lunar? Sure, we can do Lunar, but versus what? And wouldn't it be better to wait for the remaster? So a lot of people can play the game and then, you know, vote? Lunar is a good idea versus something, but, you know, maybe we should wait for the remaster. I think the only competition for Parasite Eve will be something like Kudelka, but nobody played Kudelka. Trails versus Suikoden? We already did a Trails episode. We did a Suikoden episode, Suikoden 2 versus Legend of Dragoon, long time ago. I'm up for another Suikoden game, but people only play the first two games. Nobody played 3, 4, and 5, especially 5, sadly. Have you done a Star Ocean 3? No! Star Ocean is fine. Give me something versus Star Ocean that makes sense, and that isn't a Tales game. Most Tales game, we already did one for Tales, you know. We did Tales of Berseria versus East 9, and I uploaded the clip on my second channel yesterday. No Tales games or East games right now. Baten Kaitos versus Legend of Legaia, that could work, but I don't think a lot of people play those. Shadow Hearts versus Final Fantasy X, sure! Final Fantasy X is gonna lose, I'm pretty sure. Lunar versus Chrono Trigger, as if you didn't know Chrono Trigger is gonna win by a huge landslide. Dude, come on. We already did Grandia. Trials of Mana versus Muramasa. I don't know, no. Drakengard versus Star Ocean. I don't think Drakengard stands a chance, but it's not a bad idea. What? Card and Shield? I don't know what that is, Newcomb. Sorry. I thought about the Dot Hack GU trilogy versus Xeno Saga, but I get the feeling not many people played the Hack GU trilogy for some reason. How many people in the chat right now has played the Dot Hack GU trilogy games? Or the first 4 games, you know, or the Dot Hack series? How many of you? We're not doing anything Tales. Forget about Tales. We're not doing Tales today. We did one recently. No Tales. No Tales or Final Fantasy. Super Mario RPG? Yeah. We did an episode on Super Mario RPG. Star Ocean 2 Remake versus something? Yeah, right? I kind of feel like I want to put Star Ocean 2 versus something, but I don't know what. Devil Summoner Soul Hackers versus Soul Hackers 2? People hate Soul Hackers 2. It's gonna lose. Stella Deus versus Soul Nomad. That's a good one. really good one, but nobody played those games. Except maybe you and me. Yeah, the PS2 games, you see? No Ys games either, we just did an episode on Ys. You played GU but dropped it, okay. Sadly, no, yeah, not many people play the Dot Hack games. It's just Xenosaga is way too popular, especially because people have been begging for a Xenosaga remaster for years. You know, so Xenosaga is gonna win even thanks to people who didn't even play it. Star Ocean 2 Remake versus Octopath Traveler 2? That's not a bad idea. Okay, we have... Okay, Star Ocean 2 Remake versus Octopath 2. Okay, let me read more. But that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, we could do that. Nobody played Knights of Azure and then Dead End Request. Nobody played those games. Xenogears, no. I'm saving Xenogears for another one. God Eater versus Freedom. Nobody played those games. Fuck Indivisible. I'm not doing anything from Indivisible. Fuck that game. Digital Devil Saga versus Shin Megami Tensei. Which Shin Megami Tensei? Digital Devil Saga is a Shin Megami Tensei game. Star Ocean versus Xenoblade. No Star Ocean is ever going to win against any Xenoblade. Star Ocean 3 versus The Last Story. Nobody played The Last Story. Nobody played Sangi Zero. Nobody played Stella Glow. Shin Megami Tensei 4 versus Star Ocean 2. I don't know about that. We already did Bravely Default. That was versus Radiant Historia. That's a good one, Kevin. You know, Bravely Default versus I Am Setsuna, that's a good one. I like that one, but no, we already did one for Bravely Default. Stop trying to put Shadow Hearts. Nobody played Shadow Hearts. Nobody. It's gonna lose no matter what. Unfortunately, I will vote for it. But no. Rhapsody versus Beyond the Beyond. What? Rise of the Third Power is a piece of garbage, man. Super woke. Fuck that game. Don't even put my beloved Cosmic Star Heroine in the same sentence as that fucking piece of shit ever again, please. We haven't done an Atelier game, right? We could put Atelier Ryza versus... How about Atelier Ryza versus something? Quest 64 versus Chrono Trigger. Of course Quest 64 is gonna win by a landslide. What are you talking about? Atelier Ryza. Atelier Ryza and Lost Odyssey are two games I want to put against something. But if we put them amongst them, the Lost Odyssey is gonna destroy Ryza, you know, right? We know that, but we gotta find a good match for Shining Force, for Lost Odyssey, and for Atelier Ryza. I have to find a good match for those. Nobody played Artonelico, man. Right? We already did a Rogue Galaxy and a Fire Emblem and a Triangle Strategy episode. Some of your suggestions are like, dude, stop for a little second and think about it. Do you honestly, in what universe is Grow Lancer 5 going to win against Final Fantasy 12? Except in my universe, and maybe yours. Come on. Think of your choices, man. I mean, it's like, dude, do you honestly believe a super extremely obscure game is gonna win against a super mainstream popular game? That's never happening. Stop putting suggestions based on like that. Like, come on. Nobody played Wait, what? We already did a Persona 5 episode. We're running out of time, you know. We only have like 1 minute before we start. No, it's not a good one. Ryza's never gonna win against Lost Odyssey, man. Never. Ryza versus Dragon's Crown? I don't know. No. Honestly, I'll be honest, Terry. I don't know which one will win, but that feels like extremely random. Dark Cloud 1 versus 2. Nah. 2 games of the same series competing against each other doesn't sound like fun. You mean like at the Atelier series versus the Neptunia series? I think Atelier is gonna win. Paris ID versus Vagrant. I don't like Vagrant story, so it's like, what can I say about a game that I couldn't get into it? You know, I think we're gonna do Atelier versus Disgaea is a good one. Wait, that's a good one. I mean, it's a strategy RPG versus a turn-based, but this series both series have a lot of lovers, but also a lot of detractors. Could it be Atelier Ryza versus Disgaea 5? Like, the most popular Disgaea games are like 1 and 5. And 5 is a PS4 Switch game, and it came around the same time as Atelier Ryza. But it's hard to compare them, you know, it's like, what? I mean, they're like completely different games. How will that work? Atelier Ryza versus Disgaea 5. I don't know. I'm not. It's not a bad idea, but I'm not sure. Dragoon versus Legaia? We already did a Legend of Dragoon episode. Shining Force versus Devil Survivor? Come on, it's like a really retro game versus a kind of modern game. I don't know. I don't see it. Nobody played Blue Reflection. Nobody, especially the first one. Nobody. Yeah, keep trolling. But we're running out of time. I think we're gonna go with Sean's suggestion, you know. We already did Persona 5. I think we're doing Star Ocean 2 Remake versus Octopath Traveler 2. That sounds like a good idea, you know. Action and turn-based, they're different, you know, but they're like HD 2D recent games, barely 2 years old, a year old, you know. PS4, PS5, you know, beautiful games, highly praised. Blue Dragon? No, I don't think it's popular. It's hard to find a good match for Lost Odyssey. Soul Hackers 2 or Valkyrie Revolution? 2 extremely underrated games. I don't want to put up those 2 games because I know there's going to be a lot of people insulting them. And I'm like, fuck you, man. Like, no. I like those 2 games a lot. So I'm not going to put 2 games that I know for a fact are very hated out there. No. I think we're doing Sean's suggestion. We're doing that. Hey, thank you, Ashoka. Chrono Trigger is my goat, but I understand that the game has flaws. I love Chrono Cross 2, but I can understand where you're coming from with your take. Well, yeah. Thanks for that. There you go. So we got Star Ocean, the second story R, which is a remake, versus Octopath Traveler 2. Just keep something in mind. We're not covering the original version of Star Ocean, the second story, okay? Just the remake, strictly the remake versus Octopath Traveler 2. What do these games have in common besides the beautiful, overly gorgeous and adorable and oh my god graphic style that is the HD 2D by Square Enix? That they're fairly recent games and that they're grindy, grind fests, both of them, and they look like retro games, right? That's all they have in common. Start voting. Star Ocean is winning. I'm like, I think Octopath's gonna win, but no. Oh wow, I wasn't expecting that. Okay. While you people write your arguments in favor of either game, I need to start thinking about like Atelier Ryza versus some. Atelier Ryza versus this guy at 5 is not such a bad idea. If I can't find a better match for Ryza, I'll do this guy at 5. But it's like I don't like they got nothing in common. Lost Odyssey, man. Gotta put that old bastard against something. Wait, I may have it. Do I have it? Maybe. No. Maybe we can put this guy again. But which one? Versus Jeanne d'Arc? I want to put Jeanne d'Arc versus something too, but maybe it needs more time. It just released a few months ago on PS4 and 5. Maybe it needs more time so more people can play it and then have an opinion. Anyway. Yeah, Wild Arms 3. I've been thinking about Wild Arms 3 versus something. Oof. That's a really harsh take on Star Ocean 2, Kevin. Wow. I've never met anyone in my life that says that Star Ocean 2 is a mediocre game. Holy shit. Star Ocean is winning by a landslide. Can I tell what? Atelier Ryza versus Ni no Kuni? I'm not sure about that, but it's not too far off. Terry says, Star Ocean 2 wins for me because the characters get more time to flesh out in private actions as you get to see more interactions between characters. So you're giving preference because of the characters. The characters in Octopath Traveler 2 also have a lot of interactions though, but anyway. Eikichi says, Star Ocean 2 Remake is a way better game because it has lots of content and features. I mean, even its PS1 version was ahead of its time. And what about the simplistic modern game Octopath Traveler 2, what about it? Simplistic? It's a grindfest, it's a saga game. You exploit enemies' weaknesses and come on. I don't think it's simplistic at all, but to each their own. Octopath 2 did fix some problems with Octopath 1. It's a little bit less hard, which makes it a little bit less grindy. What other problems were there with Octopath 1? I didn't know there were so many Octopath haters in my chin. Well, keep it going, people. What the hell is this? What are we listening to? Judgment? Oh, wow. Doesn't sound like a Judgment theme anyway. But it's fucking great. There's more. I just said, did you even... There's way more character interaction in Octopath 2 than in 1. Characters do talk amongst themselves and there are entire side quests based on them. How I think these are two games, Octopath Traveler 2 and Star Ocean 2, that I ranked on my blog, and I gave them both an 9.2. Okay, here's Octopath with 9.2. Here's Star Ocean with 9.2. Oh boy. Okay, we'll see. Newcomb says, Octopath Traveler 2 for me. I like the battle system way better than in Star Ocean 2, action-based. The story in Octopath 2 with 8 characters I felt more connection to, especially Throne. Okay, great character by the way. The final boss is locked behind an obscure side quest? I don't remember that. The final boss is behind a side quest? Seriously? I don't remember that. Are we talking about the same game? Anyway, Vicente, we get it. You fucking hate Octopath Traveler 2. Fine, you hate it. You were the ones who suggested this versus episode and you haven't even played either? Damn you, Sean! Well, yeah, it was a good suggestion nonetheless. I don't think people played Monster Hunter Stories. But it's not too far off your idea. Oh, you played Octopath too? Oh, okay, at least. Any more arguments? Somebody suggests a game they never played in a Versus episode. No, he played Octopath 2 at least. It's not gonna work, Hooflong. A lot of people hate Infinite on Discovery. It's not gonna work. Yeah, Lost Odyssey needs a perfect match. Even if it's from another system, forget about the 360. Go PS3 or go PS2 even. Or PS4, you know. Tekka says Star Ocean 2. It was innovative for the time and still holds up today. But we're talking about the remake. Oh, but I also enjoy the battle system more and the remake has no random encounters. Octopath has random encounters. I get it. Lost Odyssey versus Eternal Sonata? That's fucking great. I don't think a lot of people play Eternal Sonata though, but that's great. Lost Odyssey versus Eternal Sonata. That could work. Mystery Kid says Star Ocean 2 Remake has a great cast of characters, nice world to explore, has some interesting sci-fi elements, and fast-paced action battle system with a lot of fun side quests. Okay. Eternal Poison. Nobody played Eternal Poison except me. I don't think that's a good matchup, Kevin. Lost Odyssey versus Final Fantasy 9? Come on. Final Fantasy 9 is gonna win. It's by far the more popular game. We've seen what happens when we put really popular games against not so popular games in the past. We've seen what happens. Let's not do that again. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And we'll be done with the arguments. No, I disagree, Sean. If Lost Odyssey was like available everywhere, you know, maybe it will be, but no. We're talking about a game that didn't even sell 1 million copies versus a game that sold like 10 fucking million copies. I don't see the match, I'm sorry. It is very difficult, Terry. Now you see where I'm coming from, right? But this is a good one, look! Lost Odyssey versus Nier, I considered that before. That could work. That could work. As long as people stick to Gestalt and not Replicant. That could also work. Yeah, it has happened and it's been awesome. We got last time, weren't you here, Terry? In Grandia 2 versus... You were here. Versus Breath of Fire 4. That was a fucking battle. Yeah, Dragon Quest XI versus Persona 5 was crazy as well. I've nailed it in the past. Unlike Tales of Berseria versus East 9, that was like... You should learn from that episodes like that on what not to suggest in the chat. Well, I'm not perfect. Eka says Star Ocean 2 wins, you can change the main character. Remember guys, Rina is a heroine for every little girl they Persona 5 won, Sean. Go watch the video on my second channel, it's there. It's over. One more vote and it's over. One more. Fuck is this? What is this? Ah, cross tails. Fucking great. Camco, damn it. Redion. Come on, anybody? One more vote to end the poll. One more vote to end it all. But we can already see Star Ocean 2 won. Kevin says Star Ocean 2 Remake is a more refined product. I mean, it has been remastered from Star Ocean Evolution and Star Ocean Second Story. It's a remake, not a remaster. While Octopath Traveler 2 is more ambitious, a crossroads of Advent. To be continued? No, Tyson, thankfully they don't. Sorry, Kevin, you took too long. The poll is over. Star Ocean 2 Remake won with 55%. Octopath Traveler 2 lost with 45%. Only a 10% difference. It wasn't too far off. That's great. Well, once again, my pick wins by maybe a very minuscule hair. And that's Octopath Traveler 2. Why? Just because of the story. That's it. Because I'll be completely honest, in terms of graphics, it's the same. It's HD 2D, they look extremely beautiful. It's just impossible to pick which one I like more. Come on, it's the same graphic engine. Come on, right? And it's impossible to decide which one looks better. You know, beautiful, gorgeous looking games. In terms of music, both have amazing soundtracks. Maybe I will probably give Star Ocean 2 Remake a preference, because I think I like a more songs from it, but it's impossible again, you know, it's just like both have amazing soundtracks. But neither soundtrack is like top tier, I don't know, in my opinion, but they're like amazing, right? Great music in both. And then the battle system, it's hard to compare it with, because one is action and another one is turn-based, but I love both. And if this was, trust me, if this was the original Star Ocean, the second story versus Octopath 2, I will pick Octopath 2. Because in the first game, you know, in the original version of PS1, PSP even, you know, it's such a hardcore game, man. It's like hard to win, it's frustrating, I don't know. And it was refined in the remake. And it's perfected in the remake. It's awesome to fight in Star Ocean, the second story. I even grinded a lot in that game because, dude, I love the battle system so much. But I did the same in Octopath Traveler 2. So, even if both games were action or turn-based, you know, I will be stuck as well. You know, because we got these two amazing battle systems that I passionately love. I can't make up my mind. I love both. I don't think one is better than the other. I prefer turn-based over action. So maybe because of that, Octopath has one extra little point. Maybe, but the battle system in both games are like, it's like fucking great. And in terms of gameplay, the rest of the game, like exploration and shit, okay, Star Ocean 2 may have an advantage because you have like quality of life features that you can teleport, quick, fast travel, you know, no random encounters, which is great, and Octopath has random encounters. But Octopath has it like every character has their own skills, and you can steal items from people, and then I don't know, and then you got the job system, which it's a rarity in me, but I like the job system in this game, while I don't like job systems at all in most video games. But in this game, I like it. So it's like one game makes up for what the other one lacks, I guess. I don't know. I love the gameplay in both, the exploration in both. Maybe Star Ocean is a bit better because no random encounters, right? Like someone said. But it's just, I can't decide. So really, the only big reason why I'm choosing Octopath 2 over Star Ocean is the story. I think the story in Star Ocean 2 is great and all, but in Octopath 2 it's like darker, more adult-ish, me. Of course, I was gonna side in terms of story with Octopath. A lot of adult situations, mature situations. There are some mature situations in Star Ocean 2, but not really. And I feel the story is more fleshed out in Octopath 2. It's like, there's way more story. In Star Ocean 2, you can beat any version of the game in like 20 hours. If you stick to the main story, in Star Ocean, the second story, you beat in like 25 hours. And you're done. In Octopath, like, it goes on, in like, every character has their own chapter completely fleshed out. And the characters in Star Ocean, the second story, are like, they don't get a lot of attention, I felt. They do get their resolution in side quests and whatever, but it's like, I felt it was stronger in Octopath Traveler 2. And it's just a matter of taste. I'm not saying the story in Octopath 2 is like better, I like it more. It's a matter of personal preference. I like the story in Octopath a little bit more. It's just that's it. And about what the people were saying about character interactions, there's a lot of more character interaction in Octopath 2 this time around. Like in the first one, we're like a saga game, a bunch of strangers that know nothing about each other and never talk to each other. Here they do talk to each other, interact with each other, but not as much as in a traditional JRPG like Star Ocean: The Second Story, where you go and recruit character by character and they all interact and talk and blah blah blah. I get it. So maybe Star Ocean 2 in terms of cast is better than that, but I'm still gonna side with Octopath Traveler 2. I just find the characters and the story more interesting. The end. That's my answer. These are two games that have a 9.2 ranking score in my blog, which means I feel the same about both. Yeah. If I'm gonna pick Octopath 2, let it be for the story alone. That's it. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends, and see you next time! I like it that you guys are still like talking about it. Interesting comments. Wish I could have read them for the video. But it's over. It's over, everybody. I'm leaving. I had a great time. Hope you had a great time too. This is it for today's Q&A. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.